Brilliant it here.
Hey, come on.
Hey horror fans, welcome back to StreamRush Entertainment, your ultimate guide for spine-chilling Netflix horrors you probably shouldn't watch alone. Tonight, we're counting down 10 terrifying films so intense you'll be double-checking your locks before bedtime. From cursed fields to masked slashers and sinister cults, this list has it all. So grab a pillow, turn off the lights, and let's dive in. Number 10. Smile, 2022.
How long between each victim's death?
None of them survived longer than a week.
Smile is a psychological horror film directed by Parker Finn. It follows Dr. Rose Cotter, a psychiatrist whose life spirals after witnessing a traumatic event involving a patient's horrifying smile just before his suicide. Soon, Rose begins experiencing unsettling phenomena, disturbing visions, unnerving smiles from others, and inexplicable nightmares. As she investigates, she uncovers a malevolent supernatural force that preys on trauma, passing from person to person. Driven to desperation, Rose must confront her darkest fears in a terrifying fight to break the cycle before it claims her sanity. Number 9. Split, 2016.
Hey, pardon me, sir. I think you have the wrong car.
Split is a psychological thriller directed by M. Night Shyamalan. The story follows Kevin Wendell Crumb, a man with 23 distinct personalities battling for control within him. After kidnapping 3 teenage girls, his most dangerous personality, known as the Beast, begins to emerge. As the girls struggle to escape, one of them, Casey, uses her own traumatic past to connect with Kevin's more innocent identities. The film explores themes of trauma, survival, and the hidden strength within broken people, leading to a chilling and intense finale. Number 8. Fear Street Part 1, 2021.
Dude, what the hell?
This is exactly why you have no friends.
Maybe we are doomed.
Fear Street Part 1 is a slasher horror film directed by Lee Janiak based on R.L. Stine's book series and released on Netflix on the 2nd of July, 2021. Set in the seemingly cursed town of Shadyside, the story begins in the summer of 1994 when a brutal massacre at Camp Nightwing reignites the legend of Sarah Fire, whose curse supposedly haunts the town. As strange deaths start claiming teenagers in the present day, high school outcast Dina, her twin brother Josh, and their friends discover a pattern linking the killings to the centuries-old Sarah Fire legend. Racing against time, they must unearth a dark mystery buried deep in Shadyside's past and confront an evil that's been waiting, determined to stop the cycle of violence. Number 7. Fear Street, Prom Queen, 2025.
You'll never be prom queen.
Fear Street, Prom Queen is an 80s-style slasher film directed by Matt Palmer, adapted from R.L. Stine's novel and released on Netflix on May 23, 2025. Set in 1988 Shadyside, it follows underdog Laurie Granger, a prom queen nominee beleaguered by bullies and a dark family history. As the school's it girls vie for the crown, a masked killer begins murdering the candidates one by one, turning prom night into a blood-soaked nightmare. Laurie must confront her fears, uncover a twisted conspiracy tied to the Falconer family, and fight for survival in a chilling whodunit that blends teen drama with brutal horror. Number 6. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 2022.
I don't want to live here. This is a chance for people to start fresh somewhere safe.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a visceral slasher horror film directed by David Blue Garcia, serving as a brutal continuation of the 1974 classic. It follows Melody and Dante, 2 content moderators who travel to rural Texas to track down graphic footage, only to unwittingly awaken Leatherface and his deranged family. As the killers unleash relentless terror chainsaws, gas masks, and grotesque backwoods brutality, the pair must use their wits and grit to survive. Packed with brutal violence and raw, adrenaline-fueled tension, this entry honors the franchise's legacy while delivering fresh terror with modern flair. Number 5. Under the Shadow, 2016. Under the Shadow is a psychological horror set in 1980s Tehran during the Iran-Iraq War, directed by Babak Anvari. The story centers on Shide, a former medical student forced to forego her ambitions and care for her young daughter Dorsa in their cramped apartment. As missile attacks escalate, Shide becomes convinced a malevolent spirit known as the Jinn is haunting them. Blurred between reality and terror, mother and daughter fight for survival as Shide's grasp on sanity unravels under the weight of war and supernatural dread. Number 4. Heart Eyes, 2025.
Just too good having to touch.
Heart Eyes is a playful Valentine's Day themed horror comedy directed by Josh Rubin. Olivia Holt stars as Allie, a jaded ad exec whose ill-timed pitch glorifying doomed lovers lands her squarely in the crosshairs of a mysterious masked slasher nicknamed the Heart Eyes Killer who preys on romantic pairs. When a handsome consultant, Jay, Mason Gooding, arrives to save her campaign, the killer mistakes them for a couple. As the bodies pile up, Allie and Jay team up, blending snarky enemies to lovers' banter with gruesome kills, to unmask not one but multiple conspirators behind the carnage. Amidst the gore and humor, the duo's chemistry and a surprise twist drive this cheeky genre-bending ride that cleverly merges slasher thrills with quirky romance. Number 3. Apostle, 2018.
Who are you?
Land.
The promise of the divine is but an illusion.
Apostle is a dark folk horror thriller about Thomas Richardson, who travels to a remote island in 1905 to rescue his kidnapped sister from a sinister cult. Posing as a new follower, he uncovers the group's horrifying secrets, including blood rituals meant to feed a trapped goddess who keeps the land fertile. As the cult descends into violence and betrayal, Thomas must fight to survive and confront the supernatural terror controlling the island. Number 2. In the Tall Grass, 2019.
I'm gonna find her.
You can find things, but it's easier once they're dead.
Oh my God.
In the Tall Grass is a supernatural horror thriller directed by Vincenzo Natali, adapted from a Stephen King and Joe Hill novella. When Becky, who's 6 months pregnant, and her brother Cal respond to a distressed boy's cries in a vast field, they become trapped in an ever-shifting maze where time and space behave unnaturally. They encounter Tobin, his unnerving father Ross, and later Becky's ex, Travis, as the field's malevolent force warps reality, forcing them into violent, looping confrontations with themselves. Terrifying and disorienting, the film explores dread, temporal puzzles, and desperate survival in a claustrophobic green prison. Number 1. Sinners, 2025. Sinners is a historical horror drama directed by Ryan Coogler, starring Michael B. Jordan in dual roles as twin WWI veterans Smoke and Stack Moore. Returning to 1932 Mississippi, they open a juke joint funded by ill-gotten money, alongside their musical cousin Sammy. When Sammy's transcendent blues summon an ancient Irish vampire, chaos erupts. Townspeople are turned, betrayals unfold, and a clash between vampire thralls, Ku Klux Klan henchmen, and the twins ensues. Smoke sacrifices himself to stop the darkness, while Sammy survives to pursue his musical legacy. A mid-credits scene reveals Stack, and a vampire Mary offering Sammy eternal life he refuses, choosing humanity over immortality. And there you have it, 10 horror gems guaranteed to haunt your dreams. Which of these freaked you out the most? Or did we miss one of your personal nightmares? Drop your pick in the comments, and if you love horror lists like this, smash that like button and join the StreamRush crew by subscribing. New horrors, thrillers, and Netflix picks drop every week, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Until then, stay safe, stay spooky.